Finally, Honda has done it. It has entered the 100cc bike segment to rival the long-reigning, undefeated, undisputed, and the most sold bike, the Hero Splendor. Now, this isn't the first attempt by Honda to target the Hero Splendor buyers, because in the past we have seen the Levos, we have seen the CD Deluxes, and not just Honda, even Yamaha and Bajaj have dipped their toes in the stream, but nobody does it like the Hero Splendor. And we are here to find out if Honda has finally managed to find a piece of its puzzle, and will this bike help Honda to shine in the 100cc bike segment. Hello all, welcome to one of your favorite YouTube channels, and before we proceed ahead, don't forget to do 3 things: like, share and subscribe to BikeWale. So the new Shine borrows the styling from the Shine 125, but on a slightly closer inspection, you see the Shine 100's design is rather simpler but just as purposeful. The fuel tank is quite slim and flat, as well as the overall bodywork is also plain Jane and nothing too fancy. It's a proper lightweight commuter bike and doesn't get any cuts, creases or even muscular body panels. Even the headlight is quite simple, and other bits like the seat and the single piece grab rail are just what you would expect on an affordable commuter bike. However, there is one unusual bit that stood out for us and probably others too. Honda hasn't given the Shine 100's seat a key fob to open it. Rather, there's a toolbox in the left side panel which can be accessed by either a screwdriver or a coin. Now once you open it, there's just a couple of items to open the seat, and we think this isn't the most convenient way to access a toolbox. This seems to be done in a bid to keep the production cost low, but Honda could have done better here. That said, the overall finishing levels on the Shine 100 are quite decent. Most of the panels are sturdy with the right amount of flex, and the paint finishing too was on par. Meanwhile, the switch cubes are quite easy to click and responsive. None of them felt flimsy and functioned the way they were supposed to. But again, to keep the cost low, Honda has skimped on the passing light switch. So you'll have to manually press the low and high beam switch repeatedly for this. Again, this is not a deal breaker. Now this is one of the overlooked and underexplained aspects. As you can see here, I am sat upright, my feet is on the center set foot peg, and the handlebar swoops towards me. But what's even more important is that most of the buyers of the Honda Shine will end up using it very frequently throughout the day, and might as well spend long hours in the saddle at once. So what's to be considered is how long the seat is. Let me demonstrate it. So fairly long, it's wide enough and narrow from here, so you can easily place your feet on the ground. For reference, I am 5'10". And when you pair all these aspects, what you get is comfort and confidence to spend your entire day, if the need be, on the Honda Shine 100. Now, by the build, you can see that the Shine 100 is quite lightweight. You can expect it to be quite lightweight. So I'll just demonstrate how easy it is to move around. As you can see, it doesn't take much effort. I don't even have to touch the handlebar if I had to move it around. Now, I'll also show you how easy it is to move the bike around when it's on the side stand. So all you have to do is pull it towards yourself. That's it, how easy it is. Now, if you had to put it on the main stand, it's a breeze. Well, what you see here is a brand new engine, at least that's what Honda claims, and it took them about 2 years to make this. So this is a 98.98cc motor, single cylinder air-cooled motor. It's mated to a 4-speed gearbox. The output figures are 7.2 bhp and 8.5 Newton meters of torque. But that's just on paper. And how does this engine perform in the real world? Let's find out. During the entire time we spent with the Shine 100 here in Lonavala, we had access to wide open roads all the time. So the bike was pushed pretty much to its limits, and the results have been positive, particularly in the areas of refinement and tractability. The engine feels quite smooth up until 75 to 80 km per hour, and the said speed also arrives in a linear manner. However, there is some buzz towards the higher speeds as the engine feels a little stressed. But the target buyer for the Shine 100 won't likely need to ride so fast, and so it shouldn't be a bother. Apart from that, the clutch is quite light and you can pull it in with just 2 fingers. Now moving on to the gearbox, the first 2 gears are rather short, so you would end up riding the Shine 100 mostly in the 3rd or 4th gear. That said, the need to shift from 3rd to 4th also comes in as early as 45 kmph, post which you can cruise along with a gradual increase in the pace. The engine is quite tractable and you won't need to downshift even from the 4th gear for the most part. So if you are stuck in steadily moving traffic, the Shine 100 would happily crawl in the 3rd gear with just a little conscious input of the throttle. The only shortcoming here is the feedback from the upshifts, as it could have been better, but nothing that would affect the overall riding experience. Now, one of the most important questions, कितना देती है? Well, Honda didn't reveal the fuel efficiency figures but claims that it's one of the highest in the segment. However, to find out if that stands true or not, we'll have to wait a little bit till the Shine 100 undergoes the BikeWale road test, and once it does, we'll be able to tell you how frugal the engine is and how much range you can expect from the Shine's 9-liter fuel tank. As I mentioned earlier, the Shine 100's construction is quite simple, so it gets telescopic front forks and yaw rear springs. And when we took the bike to a broken patch during the test, we found its front end to be quite light and the forks on the softer side. So you can expect it to absorb all the bumps in your commuting route if there are potholes, bridge joints, or those small speed breakers that you see in a mall or a parking lot. But as you see here, the rear end seems a little stiff. And considering the Shine 100 would be used by a variety of audience, including couples going to the office, your local doodhwalas, and even farmers to carry sacks of vegetables and fodder, the added weight at the rear would change the way the springs respond. The extra load would help it compress more and thereby offer a plush ride. Apart from that, the Shine 100 is very responsive in terms of directional changes. Owing to its small frame, you don't have to wrestle around too much and the bike tips left to right with very minimal effort. It's the same case with the Shine's turning radius, and you need to put very minimum effort and it can take a complete U-turn in very little space. Now speaking of the brakes, Honda has equipped the Shine 100 with the front and rear drum brake with CBS. Again, this is very bare basic setup and helps you stop the bike very predictably. I even stomped on the rear brake multiple times, but surprisingly it didn't lock with my heavy right foot. It's the same case with the front brake as well. All you have to do is be a little mindful of the traffic ahead and press the lever at the right time, since it takes a little distance before the bike comes to a complete halt. We've kept the Shine 100's features list at the end because, well, there's not much to talk about. It gets a twin-pod instrument console with a speedometer, odometer, fuel level readout, neutral gear indicator, and a check engine light. Apart from CBS, the Shine 100 also gets a side stand cutout, and that's pretty much it. All said and done. Should you buy the Honda Shine 100 or not? Well, let me break it down into 2 pieces, and I'll start with the good bits. The things that work in the Shine 100's favors are its flickability, because it's quite easy to tip and turn into the corners and the chassis is as responsive as you would expect a commuter to be. Then how well put together the bike is for the most part. And then comes its engine tractability, because you can go to the speeds of 20 km per hour in the 4th gear and the revs would still manage to climb ahead. And the last bit, the buzzword, the most important aspect of a motorcycle, of a commuter bike like this, the affordability. With an ex-showroom price of rupees 65,000, the Shine 100 undercuts the Splendor by almost rupees 8,000. So these are the things that work in the Shine's favor, and now we'll tell you the things that don't. Now the things that don't work in the Shine 100's favor are a few, and the first one is its overall design, and by that we mean how slim the Shine 100 feels and maybe Honda could have added a little more muscle around the fuel tank, the rear panels. The second bit is the bare basics. For example, the engine crash guard that you see here is an optional accessory and it doesn't come standard with the bike. Now the third bit is these tires. Well, there's nothing wrong with these units, but these are tube tires, whereas the Shine 100's rivals come with tubeless tires, which make it a little more convenient to ride the bike in case of a puncture. Well, now that we've addressed its good bits, the flaws, should you buy the Shine 100? Definitely yes. But who exactly is this the bike for? Well, buyers who are looking for a commuter and want something different, something fresh in the segment and not a Splendor, could go for the Shine 100. And given Honda's history with the Activa, as it's the most sold two-wheeler in the country, Honda already has the brand value. The Shine as a brand is already established. So if you are looking for something new, the Shine 100 could be your choice to go. But will this beat the Splendor 100? Well, not anytime soon.